What's up? This is Baddog back at you with the back at you, and I'm the best reporter on the Giants. You know, since I left the TTC, Eagle fans and I seem to get along just fine. You know, back in the day, we had a lot of disagreements and everything else, and pretty much since then, I see eye to eye with a lot of Eagles fans. I get it, and of course, as Giants fans, we really can't talk any smack to them. I mean, they've owned us for a decade pretty much. They won a Super Bowl a couple years ago. So as far as trash talking an Eagles fan or saying anything derogatory about their team, really can't do it right now. We can't say anything. We look stupid to try to tell them that we're better than them or anything else. We have no ground to stand on when it comes to badmouth and the Philadelphia Eagles. However, for whatever reason this offseason, there has been a lot of Eagle fans that just believe they're superior. They're going to win a Super Bowl. They're just the best in the world. There's no doubt about it. We're in June, or July rather. I thought that with them winning a Super Bowl, that would cure this. It has not. It has not cured it. But besides all of that, I get it. They got a good team over there, and depending on their offensive line and Carson Wentz's health, they definitely have a chance to win this division. There's no doubt about it. But sometimes Eagle fans just say the most outlandish, ridiculous things. And I'm going to preface this with saying, when I talked to Lord Brunson here about his video, I like Lord Brunson. I get it. I know your game on YouTube. I get it. I hate the Cowboys too. So every time you rip the Cowboys a new one, troll them, whatever you want to call it, brings a smile to my face. In this aspect, though, you are way, way wrong. Way wrong. And you could not be more wrong. So I call what you're doing right now either a troll job, clickbait, pure homerism, or ignorance. You may be the best reporter on the Eagles, that's up for debate, but you are certainly not the best on reporting other teams or running backs in this aspect. Because anybody, I don't give a damn if you're the most loyal Eagles fan, the biggest Giants hater, whoever you are, there is no way, shape, or form in any aspect whatsoever of somebody in sane mind that could possibly think Jordan Howard is a top 5 running back in this league, let alone better than Saquon Barkley, man. I can tell you a bunch of running backs better than Jordan Howard. Ezekiel Elliott is better. Saquon Barkley is better. Todd Gurley is better. Okay, Le'Veon Bell is better. Matt Breed is better. Philip Lindsay's better. Alvin Kamara is better. Christian McCaffrey's better. Adrian Peterson's better. Those are just a couple I wrote down. All better. Jordan Howard had 3.7 yards per carry, man. That was 39th in the league. Okay, Saquon Barkley had more rushing yards than Jordan Howard had scrimmage yards. Saquon Barkley had 5 yards a carry. He was second in the league in rushing, behind one of the worst offensive lines in football. For you to sit there and say Alvin Kamara is the only guy that could possibly get 1,000 yards rushing and 1,000 yards receiving tells me you're just either hating on the Giants or, again, you don't know football. It's one or the other, because Saquon Barkley had 721 yards receiving as a rookie this year. And he had 1,304 rushing yards, man. He led the league in scrimmage yards with less touches than Ezekiel Elliott. 29 less touches to be exact. You say that Jordan Howard, he only carried the ball 20 or more times in 3 games this year. Well, Saquon Barkley did that only 4 games this year. And it don't matter how many games they had 20-plus carries. Jordan Howard had exactly 11 less carries than Saquon Barkley. Saquon Barkley had 261 carries. Jordan Howard had 250. Saquon Barkley had 354 more rushing yards in 11 more attempts. That's almost 31 yards per carry more. He averaged almost 1.5 yards more per carry than Jordan Howard, and Jordan Howard had a better offensive line than Saquon Barkley. And the Giants were constantly behind, so they had to throw the ball. How can you come on here and possibly say this stuff? It doesn't look good on you. Again, I don't know what you're trying to do. I don't know what's worse, that you say this or there's Eagle fans on your page like, oh yeah, that makes sense, Lord Brunson. Oh, that makes sense. Sheep. Sheep are people that just don't watch football. I always say stats usually only tell half the story. In this case, stats tell 75% of the story at least. And if you watch both these running backs play, that's just going to increase Saquon Barkley. Even more than the stats is the eye test between these two guys. Jordan Howard is a clodhopper with stone hands. He had 20 catches this season. You can say, well, they don't use him in the passing game. Well, that means he's less versatile than Saquon Barkley, who can be used any which way you want to use him. Saquon Barkley led the league in 40-yard or more runs with 9. I think the next closest guy had 4. Saquon Barkley had 9 rushes of 40 or more yards. He can go the distance at any time. He is the most dangerous running back in this league, bar none. You can't possibly be serious. I pray to God you're just trolling. I pray to God that's all it is. Because really, man, I know what you do with the Cowboy fans. I get that. You're there to annoy them. You're there to piss them off. I like that. I come from that. I come from that school on YouTube of trying to piss off. And trust me, nobody did it better than me. Your own fan base will tell you. I pissed Eagle fans off more than anybody possibly could in my YouTube career. I destroyed Eagle fans for years. I had them wanting to fight. They probably wanted to kill me. I would never even go to Lincoln Financial Field. I probably would have never got out of there alive because all I did was irritate the living piss out of that fan base for years. And I did it better than anybody else. And I did the same to the Cowboy fan base. Because I don't like either one of your teams at all. I hate them both. But I will freely say Carson Wentz is better than Eli Manning. Dak Prescott's better than Eli Manning at this point. I can admit this stuff. Okay? Some people will disagree. That's fine with the Dak Prescott thing. I don't think anybody's going to disagree that Wentz is better than Eli Manning. But that's the equivalent of it, Brunson, is me coming on here and say, well, because you're talking about Jordan Howard in 2016. Every year of his career, the production has declined dramatically. You going back and talking about 2016 and what he's done 3 years ago has no bearing on 2019. That's like me saying Eli Manning's better than Carson Wentz because Eli Manning's won 2 Super Bowls. The Giants are better than the Philadelphia Eagles because we won 4 Super Bowls. It don't matter that we won one 8 years ago and you won one in 2017. We got 4, you got 1, we're better. That is the equivalent of what you're saying. It makes no sense. If I came on here and tried to make a video like that saying the Giants are better than the Eagles because we have 4 championships and you have 1 in 2019, I would look like a damn fool. And I'm sorry, as much as I like you, you look like a damn fool. Because I guarantee it. I don't care what you say. I don't care what anybody else says. If somebody asked Lord Brunson last year, name me the top 5 running backs in the league. Now, Barkley's not there, obviously, because Barkley hadn't played. Guarantee you he doesn't say Jordan Howard. Guaranteed he doesn't say Jordan Howard, and I guarantee you he would have said Jay Ajayi's better than Jordan Howard last year. I guarantee it. Jordan Howard may not even start for your damn team, and maybe Miles Sanders. Come on, man. I understand you're an Eagles fan. I get it. I'm a Giants fan, too. I'm going to defend my players tooth and nail when they deserve it. And I get that. I get being loyal to your team and to your players. I get it. But let's not be foolish, man. Jordan Howard's not a top 5 running back in this league. He's not close. And he's certainly not close to the talent level, excitement level, or overall athleticism and just talent of Saquon Barkley. Not close. Come on, man. You're better than that. It's Baddog, and I'm gone. Peace!